Raj Kundra.
Businessman Raj Kundra.
Businessman Raj Kundra. क्या Raj Kundra?
Raj Kundra.
A name that once stood for success, then that same name became the center of headlines. IPL the fixing हुई जी, the first name Raj Kundra. Media made you the pawn king of the country.
और अभिनेत्री शिल्पा शेट्टी के पति राज कुंद्रा को गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है। दरअसल राज कुंद्रा पर अश्लील फिल्मों को बनाने का आरोप है।
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, let them speak what they speak because truth comes out eventually. थोड़ा स्लो है हमारा जुडिशरी सिस्टम और कुछ नहीं। पकौड़ियां दी डिलीवरी 15 मिनट हो जाती है, लेकिन जस्टिस पान ਨੂੰ 15 साल क्यों लग जाते? Nobody would have cared because it's Shilpa Shetty's husband. That's right. Suddenly the name amplifies.
Shilpa ji were also going through it. So what was the hardest discussion you ever had with Shilpa ji?
So मेरी wife का एक बड़ा simple चीज़ है life ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, don't complain, don't explain. My wife believes me, she supports me. I don't care about anyone else यार.
I see Raj Kundra wearing a turban. So is it two different Raj Kundras?
The Raj Kundra that all of you guys know is the one that the media has created. The star जो ऊपर वाले ने बख्शी मेरे ऊपर, I want to take the Sikhi route forward. अगर if you're born into a Sikh family as kids, मेरी यही request है कि दस्तार अपनी सजा के रखो and keep that Sikhi culture going forward. People are saying this. Some people want to say, "Arey, it's a whitewash, it's an image cover up." But trust me, guys, you follow this path. First, he has to choose you.
पाग सजा के कुर्ता पा के पॉडकास्ट करांगा जब So are you trying to say आज जो मेरे अगे दस्तार सजा के सरदार सिखी रूप ਵਿੱਚ बैठा है ए रियल राज कुंद्रा?
This is me. This is how I've always been.
If I ask you what's one biggest difference between TV and movies, what would that be?
Screens. Acting is acting, and screen size is the only difference.
But do you still somewhere think people judge you too early? In the studios of Soul Talk with Bab, let's welcome
Enough is enough.
Raj Kundra, a name that once stood for success, business, and celebrity. Then that same name became the center of headlines, controversies, and relentless public scrutiny. And today, people see a different Raj Kundra, the one who wears a dastar, talks about Namjap, talks about faith and transformation. The real question is, has the image changed? Or has the man really changed? Here's my conversation with Mr. Kundra. Enjoy. Raj Saab, thank you so much for coming on Soul Talk with Bav. I know everyone has been asking you the question about your project, the Great Punjab Robbery, and I'll come to that.
Sure.
But let's address the elephant in the room. I'm going to start with some questions which are still unanswered.
Sure.
IPL the fixing hui ji, the first name Raj Kundra. Media made you the pawn king of the country. And then I see Raj Kundra wearing a turban, not just for the movie, but doing with all the heart, and नाम जाप की बात हो रही है और वो दिल से हो रही है. I have seen your stuff. So is it two different Raj Kundras? Or if it's the same, अगर ये transition हुई है तो इतनी बड़ी transition एकदम north से south में सर आसान तो नहीं है. So what led to this new Raj Kundra?
Anyway, this North person married a South Indian, so North-South तो हुई है life ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, but I think jokes apart, crypto king, pawn king, fixing king, पता नहीं मीडिया को क्या है, but I feel कि मीडिया को लगता है कि मैं king हूँ, so कोई problem नहीं है, let them speak what they speak because truth comes out eventually. You have to believe in the judiciary system. थोड़ा slow है हमारा judiciary system और कुछ नहीं, ज़्यादा नहीं, 20-25 मिलियन केस है तो पेंडिंग है, मेरा लिस्ट में है, तो I hope इस जन्म में क्लीन चिट मिल जाए, नहीं तो अगले जन्म में आ जाएंगे वापस for this clean chit. But it's a difficult situation. I think when you reach a certain height in life, there are a lot of people that are jealous. A lot of people try to bring you down. And unfortunately, you become clickbait. You can have anyone else in this case. If there was a Mr. Sharma from Ludhiana, nobody would have cared because it's Shilpa Shetty's husband. That's right. Suddenly the name amplifies. And that's why when people ask, why did you start this mask thing? I just started because I was so cheesed off with media. When they want you, you have to stand there and click for them and be happy and they support you. And suddenly when they want to bash you, it takes them 2 minutes to forget that there's a relationship, there's a journey that you've had with them. And suddenly they will make remarks, or public no nahi pata the difference between an exclamation and a question mark. So they'll make a statement, question mark pata. Yeah. Question mark here you've put on someone. So the Raj Kundra that all of you guys know is the one that the media has created. Not the real person. The real people, only the ones who know me, feel me, understand me, realize that this Raj is not the Raj that we have heard about. So I can't fix the damage that media has done. But internally, I think kitana kite, after my picture Meher, when I played a Sardar, I just felt a calling internally. I love the religion. I researched it as an actor. I follow Sikhi. I'm a Hindu Punjabi. Kitana kite, mujhe laga that the star jo upar wale ne bakshi mere upar, I want to take the Sikhi route forward. Beautiful. And it just happened. It was a transition. And sometimes my wife says, through adversity, you find spirituality. Absolutely. And that's what happened in my life.
So you just mentioned the real Raj Kundra. So are you trying to say, आज जो मेरे आगे दस्तार सजा के सरदार सिक्खी रूप में बैठा है, ए real Raj Kundra?
This is me. This is how I've always been. I've been, life the which ki hai that everything that I identify in life, I'm a Karam Yogi. I believe in seva. I believe in helping others. It's Sikhi. Sikhi is a way of life. It's not religion. I'm not religion. It's a way of life. And that's why my wife somewhere said, go with it. If it's something that's giving you peace, and I love the thing about the start, can cover on there. It means I don't have to hear side nonsense. मैं अपनी अंदर दी आवाज कर रहा हूं.
कहते ना कितने है तेरा रब दिसदा है नहीं, ते अखा बंद कर, ध्यान कर, महसूस कर. या अखा बंद कर लिया, ध्यान कर लिया, मैं तू ही सो लिया बस. I think then you should not blame media. I think इसी ते media दा thank you कहो.
Thank you जी. मैं किसी ਨੂੰ कभी blame नहीं करता. I was hurt, no issues, but you forgive and forget and move on. मेरी घरवाली कहती you had to go through the worst in your life. Maybe you had a manifestation in childhood कि तू actor बनना चाहता सी, and you went through the worst. So look what happened. You turned out you've come out of the worst phase. तीन फिल्मां कर लिया. एक प्यार भी मिले सारे. Talking about Kareli, I think as a man of the house and myself, ਅਸੀਂ अपने सिर ते सब कुछ ले लेने. But problem उदो आंदी है when your family comes in. No doubt your wife was scrutinized at every second when you were going through this. So I think it was not only you who was going through. Yeah. Shilpa ji were also going through it. So what was the hardest discussion you ever had with Shilpa ji? Touch wood, there's never been a hard discussion because she knows it. You know your partner. You know में कहाँ तक जा सकता है, क्या कर सकता है, क्या नहीं कर सकता है. And she said, यार बेचारा तू collateral damage बन गया. This is the price you pay. So मेरी wife एक बड़ा simple चीज़ है life which don't complain, don't explain. And वो मतलब she is very media savvy. She's been part of the industry for so many years. Media ने बहुत प्यार देता है लोग, and we appreciate that. मेरे लिए नहीं सीखा that my wife believes me. She supports me. I don't care about anyone else. Yeah, don't have to show anyone. I don't need somebody else to come and tell me, oh Raj, what a nice guy you are, what a bad guy you are. I know who I am.
Talking about you don't care about anyone else, but do you still somewhere think people judged you too early?
See, how do you judge someone? It's what you hear, what you believe. So the Raj Kundra you heard or through media is the Raj Kundra you know. The people who meet me are the ones that know who I am and what I'm all about. And I think through my films, through my seva, through this Sikhi Rasta that I've taken, I'm coming into my home. And I think people are saying this. Some people want to say, it's a whitewash, it's an image cover-up. But trust me, guys, you follow this path. First, he has to choose you. You don't choose this path. And if anyone, people are dropping this path. So if it's something to be cool about, I've seen a lot of Sikh families where उन्होंने बच्चे केश कत्ल करके घूम रहे because it's cool. MTV the influence है सारा कुछ. मैंने कितना कितना लगेगा that my win in all of this. जब मेरे दोस्त अंदर मेरे बोले कहते यार साडा मुंडा तला मतलब तिस्तारी से जांदा सीगा केश कत्ल कर ले. आज तेरे देख के they're inspired. But I get so happy, and even Garvita, when she's gone to Punjab with me and she's seen people do that, she's saying, Paji, this is amazing, yeah. And I said, this is big.
Respect, the kind of respect he receives whenever we eat that dough, in Amritsar, Ocean Way, even Econ. I think it's very inspiring as I see in the Iglas we found in Punjab. Went to Golden Temple, I remember, in Melji. एक फाली थी, and that's when they warmed up to him and they sent this thing. बहुत अच्छा लगता है, the stars in the सुनने लगता है. Music भी like. And they really appreciate him for what he did during the Punjab floods also. And I think that speaks for itself because serious seven and participating in your life, explaining something, and it won't do anything. Like you do the right thing. Narrative अपने आप shift हो जाता है.
No, absolutely. And I was talking, this podcast was done without me knowing much in advance. Otherwise, मेरा plan है इसी जो थोड़े नाल मैं करना, मैं दस्तार बन के पग बन के proper थोड़े नाल podcast करना सी. But now you're flying tomorrow morning. We didn't have much time, but कोई गल नहीं. Next time for sure. And Devata, coming to you, let me ask you this in a different way. ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है?
ये रिश्ता पहले था the great Punjab robbery, the robbers का कहलाता है. And yeah, so I think you know that I do come from TV and I'm taking a new step in life. I'm moving towards movies, and I think that's the big step for any actor. So I'm kind of nervous, very excited, and I'm just hoping that I've done justice to the part that I've played in this movie.
She has.
And I
You're modest. Kamal, the actress here. Really, for someone who's on the first debut movie ticket, you might have TV experience. Screen size changes and everything changes with it. And what I saw in this girl, my gosh, मैंने लगा Punjab में नमी actress मिल गई है, because anyway there were very few and it needed someone very beautiful, great actress. And I think she has it all. She's a package.
They were just coming from a big match.
Genuinely, but I saw it, so I'm saying it, and I only speak the truth.
And I think again I have to thank him, I have to thank Saurabh sir and everybody that was involved in me being a part of this movie, because you can be part of a project, but it all comes down to how comfortable you are, how safe you feel, and how well you're received. And touch wood, Yad sir, Saurabh sir, my director, Sarpurva sir, they were all so receptive, both of them especially. I think they would answer all the 100,000 questions that I had. They were very patient and very kind to me. I think whatever you see, and if you like it, मेरा credit है, but इनका भी.
If I ask you what's one biggest difference between TV and movies, what would that be?
Screens. Acting is acting. An actor is an actor. You put them on OTT, you put them on a hoarding, it doesn't matter. Acting is acting, and screen size is the only difference. And this is all for a sincere actor. Like for a sincere actor, medium chetas. But कुछ होते हैं actors जो TV को थोड़ा अलग तरीके से करते हैं, movie को थोड़ा ज़्यादा seriously लेता है, and I don't like that. I feel you should be disciplined, you should be sincere towards any and everything.
Cheers. And buddy, we just saw the trailer for the Great Punjab Robbery. बहुत सोना लगा. Like, I think this is going to be a big hit. Second Punjabi
Yeah, saying
plan किया है.
my plan, honestly, मैं किसी भी field जाना है. I already want to learn it properly. My workshops बहुत सारी की हैं, or for Meher even now. I wanted to learn the business of polymer as well as P. And I think it was very important, and I think it was an easy entry because Herdevich, Rakesh Mehta ji wanted this Swaroop. It gave me my Sikhi. The second film, I told the director that I will come like this. Don't ask me to take my turn. No, because I won't. He said, no, it suits me. Punjab robbery hai, please. And I'm very clear that it's not coming off. For all in bade kuch samajh ke maine Hindustan bakshi hai, then I have to respect it all my life now. So I'm very clear that Punjab has a lot of potential. Budgets restraint on the current, we don't make quality. Now what I have decided, my first home production, I'm going to get it the next year. Story from Punjab, but for the world. And it's going to be the biggest budget, most beautiful tentpole movie you've ever seen come out of Punjab. Kahani bahut soni hai, inspired by Sikh history. And main us cheez nu aage leke jana chahunda haan. And I think we have the benefit because saadi Indian Punjabi language bahut jildi jundi hai. Anyone in Punjab थोड़ी बहुत हिंदी टूटी फूटी बोल लेंदा, हिंदी वाले पंजाबी टूटी फूटी बोल लेंदे, सारे बॉलीवुड दी फिल्मां सारे गाने पंजाबी है. So why not merge the two and create a story which people have already, like Urta Punjab, Turandar देखो backdrop तो सिक्की दा ही है, पंजाबी दा ही है. मैं वापस आऊँगा, that is a nice Punjabi thing. Chamkila. So I think there is a chance. Even Satluj comes about to say in the whole film he's spoken, Napadi has spoken Hindi. So there's a potential. Has the potential to do 100 to 200 crore box office movies. So then you have to just increase the quality and your budget. Oh my God, my first home production is going to be something out of this world. I think Sada भी काम easy हो जाएगा because as he said, I started in Hindi, the podcast. It's gone to Punjabi because we have both our audiences and it's the biggest debate before every thing is कि हम Canada रहने English च गल करिए, Hindi च करिए, Punjabi च करिए. So it's all one. It's all one. But I don't know if I'm going to air it, Paji, but from my heart, ਪੱਗ ਸਜਾਣੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਫੈਮਲੀਜ਼ ਤੋਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਦਾ ਕਤਲ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੈ defaulter, right here. But pug de naal paji, and again, I never thought I'll ever say this to you, like because I know we na jo media na dikhaya tha bilkul, right? Pug de naal jo tade chehre te ek noor babe de bakshish kita na badi. I have goosebumps while saying it, I swear to God. मैं कहना बाबा जी बहुत मेहर है and if जिथे भी हाथ रखोगे चढ़दियां कला आनियां ही आनियां भाई. And before I go, मेरे viewers ਲਈ Soul Talk ਸਾਡਾ show ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਹੈ and there's a reason why it's Soul Talk. रूह ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ after ਸਭ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ, ਕੰਟਰੋਵਰਸੀਆਂ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ, ਕੱਲ ਮੂਵੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਚਲੋ ਲਾਈਫ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗੀ. How would you want everyone to remember Raj Kundra? रूह ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ. Oh, deep question. How do you want to remember me? I would say that remember me for the person that I tell you I am. Don't remember me by what media has told you. I'm here, I feel, to do bigger things. I'm here to make changes. और कितना कितने इस सिक्खी रा रास्ता जो है मैं चाहना है कि don't lose this. If you have it ना, बहुत मेहरबानी ऊपर वाली दी. अगर if you're born into a Sikh family as kids, मेरी ही रिक्वेस्ट है कि दस्तार अपनी सजा के रखो and keep that Sikhi culture going forward. ये ना देखो कि की cool है की uncool है. ये देखो what's right and what's wrong. This is the right way forward. And with this, I promise that the next time Kundra Paji is coming to Canada, फग सजा के कुर्ता पा के पॉडकास्ट करांगा जिद्दां मैं अपना मॉम डैड का पहला एपिसोड के था सी. Thank you so much, Paji. Love you. All the very best, and I wish you nothing but all the success in the world. Thank you so much. Vajra Khalsa.